Welcome back to Welcome to Earth. We have with us in studio, I'm Aquaman, by the way. I took over this podcast last segment, and we have... why don't I just hand it over to my co-full host, who understands the flow of this show, if you'll pardon the pun, more than I do.
Well, it's damn respectful of you. I'm a yes man. I'm kind of an affable guy, so I was ready to take this storm wherever.
What's your name, by the way?
Oh, you can call me Dr. Dave.
Dr. Dave, yes. I am Aquaman.
You're clearly, you're wet as fuck right now.
I'm always wet, and I make the ladies wet.
Do you never dry off? You ever feel like you're drying?
Never.
Why not?
Because if I do, I simply cry huge tears out of my eyes.
But being dry doesn't do anything bad to you, does it?
What are you trying to say?
No, nothing.
I can't be dried by any mortal man.
Okay, interesting. I am not mortal.
Are you threatening me, donkey?
No. I just want to say where we stand. Like, if we're going to be co-hosts of this podcast from this point on, clearly you're kind of killing Zach underneath you. And he and I are good buddies. So I just want to make sure, like, maybe we're on the same power level in terms of, I'm a vampire, you're a water boy,
Water man.
I just want to make sure if you don't want to take my spot or nothing. That's okay. Listen, I'm a big fan of your movies. Jason Momoa does a great job of portraying you.
Oh, does he? No. Does he have muscles like these?
Oh, my God. You've got muscles on top of muscles. Your biceps have abs. I'm getting a little bit insecure about my own muscles. All right, well, moving forward.
I didn't hear the comparison with Jason Momoa, though.
Oh, no, you're much more muscly than
Oh, thank you very much.
He looks like a twig compared to you. His biceps do not have abs.
Man, this whole hosting gig is a little tiring. I'm going to take a quick nap.
Okay, well, oh, wow, he fell right asleep. He's asleep where he's sitting. Well, that is all right. We can move forward with this podcast. I am Donkey Dave, and I am fresh off of the ganja. We are moving on to segment number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Southern Jihadi. Billy boy, would you mind opening the door for us and letting in the Mr. Jihadi?
Thank you so much.
Oh, hi, yes. I have a seat right here.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on the show. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. You're sitting right on Aquaman's lap, just so you know.
Is that who that was?
Well, as long as you're okay getting our pants a little bit wet.
I was feeling a little too dry, so I really appreciated Aquaman.
No, absolutely. He cannot.
It's no problem, of course.
You're awake again.
Well, he woke me up as soon as he sat in my lap. Do you continue to slumber when someone takes over your pee-pee area?
No, not once, actually. That's a very good point.
Absolutely.
Well, this is Southern Jihadi. His name is Kirby Enthusiasm. Oh, you have been on the podcast before, have you not?
I have been on the show before. Yeah, I haven't met you before. What's your name there, son?
My name's Donkey Dave. Bringing it in for the smooch.
Bringing it in for a smooch. Well, I suppose it is, yeah.
That's right. It's a pleasure to have you. It says here you're a Southern Jihadi, and so that makes me a little bit nervous.
It makes you nervous? Why would it make you nervous?
Well, in all accounts of the word jihadi, I'm pretty sure that's a term of violence, no?
Violence? What the hell are you talking? Have you ever even been to the South?
Actually, I have a feeling I want to, because Donkey Dave's so PC and all, I'm pretty sure jihadi...
What does PC stand for, by the way?
For...
Every time I come to town around here, it's not so much a problem in Texas, but when I rustle my cattle from all the way from Texas to Baltimore, I usually hear the term PC bandied about when I come to the area.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. Of course, when you're talking to me, it stands for politically correct, but some people, it stands for fish concert. So, you don't want to get the two of them confused, because sometimes you might be thinking you're going to a fish concert, and in reality, you're just going to a leftist liberal rally.
That sounds fun.
Oh, the rallies?
Sure, I'm a liberal-leaning man myself.
Oh, excellent. No, I just want to clarify. I actually am not entirely sure what jihadi means, but I'm worried that maybe it means something that I don't know, and I'm scared of things like that.
Why don't you tell me what you think it means?
I think am being totally politically correct here, because Donkey Dave is nothing but not politically correct. I'm pretty sure jihadi, something close to like for God, but it's used in the terms of maybe a suicide bombers. Josh, are you Googling that for me?
I am.
What you got for me?
It's someone who takes a personal struggle against the enemies of Islam.
Okay. Okay, so let's parse this together here. All right.
Well, hang on a second. That's not a definition that I recognize.
Excuse me?
Jihadi originated in Texas.
What?
That's right. You know, when you get on the back of a horse, you're a jihad. You ride around. It means you and the boys are having a good old time.
I'll say
You know, we'll get a couple of beers in us. We'll go riding around town on our horses, just shooting guns in the air, yelling jihad.
I'll see where the miscommunication has happened, and I'm not going to correct it. I think it's silly. So you can keep doing that.
Well, what the hell is silly about having a good time with the boys?
I'm actually more worried that you're drinking and driving.
We may be driving a Mustang, but it's a horse Mustang. Them things drive themselves. You can drink as much as you want. The horses aren't drinking, I should specify.
That's very, very good.
We will not give the horses our whiskey. It's a good whiskey. It's a good year. Very expensive.
Good years.
The horses drink piss beer like Miller Lite and shit like that.
Yeah, and that's nothing to them. Horses piss like horses. As if they were racing. I have a question for you, though. When you're riding a horse and you are drinking at the same time, is there a point at which you let the horse, like, kind of take the reins for you and just, like, it's like, where are we going now?
Well, see, this is the most misunderstood thing about riding on horses.
Okay.
You can't steer them.
What?
Horses go wherever they're going to go. You know, you can't tell a horse what to do. You live in harmony with the horse. When you really form a bond with a horse, them things understand you. And then you can tell them, hey, I'd like to go to the CVS. But if they don't want to go to the CVS, you ain't going to go.
Do you ever have to say please and thank you? Or is it just like, I would like this, please?
If you've got any damn manners, you're going to be saying please and thank you.
Do you all wow, I'm really catching up here. I did not realize that horses had more power. I thought horses were dumb and ignorant, you know? I thought
Never let a horse hear you say that.
Oh,
It'll buck you right off, and then you'll get blackballed in the horse community.
Oh, I see. Well, look, I do want to ask then, have you ever asked a horse to take you somewhere and then it just took you somewhere else entirely?
And occasionally, yeah. Like one time I was trying to rustle my cattle all the way to Baltimore, Maryland, as I do, you know.
Oh, right.
But all of a sudden, this horse, I think it was in the heat, heard another horse, smelt it from a whole county over.
Wow.
We ended up going on the detour all the way over to Wisconsin. Ain't nothing over in Wisconsin worth seeing.
Okay, well, so hold on. Horses go into heat?
Some of them do.
I don't realize. I thought they were just like ready to go all the time, you know?
Well, the females go into heat.
Oh, so you ride a lady horse.
Yeah.
You're just such a masculine presence. I assumed you'd have some like...
I ain't riding no male horse. That's sick.
Well, yes. Do you think... Wait, also, side question. I have a lot of questions about horses, by the way. I don't know if this is what you came to talk about today, because it also says you're a Southern jihadi. And
I wanted to talk about me having good times with my boys, just going around yelling, jihad!
That's good. I love that. That's really good.
But you can ask me anything. I don't really mind.
I have a fascination with horses like no one else, all right? Because when I was actually born, I wasn't a donkey.
You are stroking the mess out of your hair. It's a pretty mane you got.
I got really, really high between the breaks, and my hair just feels amazing, all right? So I'm just going to keep touching it. We're going to keep touching it.
All right.
Cool. So, my question number one about horses, because they're so fascinating of creatures. When a horse is ridden for the first time, does it know what's going on? Or is it just kind of like, oh, okay, here we go. I got a passenger.
No, horses are very confused at the very beginning. Oh. You know, you got to break a horse, you know, break its legs.
Oh,
and then as you, the rider, if you want to start forming a bond with it, you got to sleep with it every night.
Oh,
And
I like that.
and coax it back to health, you know? Then at that point, it becomes yours.
That's kind of like I've heard this analogy drawn multiple times about how pimps would beat the fuck out of their bitches and then take care of them so that the bitches relied on them.
I mean, where do you think they got that information?
Oh,
The very first pimps were horsemen.
or horse pimps.
That's where the term whores comes from.
Wow. Oh, that's really good. Wow, I love learning things. You're a very learned man.
Thank you.
Where'd you go to school?
Screed of hard knocks and tough
Went to
surprises.
Screet of Hard Knocks.
I went to the Screet of hard knocks and tough surprises.
And tough surprises. I thought you were going to say tough sobriety.
I've never been sober in my goddamn life.
Oh, well.
When you live in Texas,
Neither have
there's no minimum age for drinking.
You and I share that, but I do not drink.
What do? You just smoke the devil's lettuce?
I smoke that Johnny Red Eye.
Man, I think that should be illegal.
Oh, why you say that?
Because I'm a Texan, and we don't believe that natural things should be put in your body.
But I thought you were a leftist liberal.
On some things, not on that.
Not on
That's
that.
the only
You're a
time I
hard-
align with the hardline conservatives.
You're a hard conservative when it comes to weed, but a leftist liberal when it comes to
I think it turns everybody into jazz listening freaks.
Oh, man, listen.
They're not doing any work.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm doing hard work here right now. I feel like I'm kind of bringing it in for the swoosh this whole time. Sorry, I had some purple milk before this.
Was it purple milk?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Josh, did we ever figure out if... Wait. That sounded like someone was asking a question for me. But did we ever figure out if it was purple milk or blue?
It's blue and green milk.
And green, you say.
So there's probably purple milk.
Well,
Is that how you make purple? I thought red was needed.
Well, I'm sure there's red milk also.
Well, I mean, if you like milk it a little bit too hard, maybe there's a little blood in there, you know?
That sounds gross.
There are two men sitting on you right now.
I can't really breathe very well.
Just don't.
Well, but then I'm going to die.
Well, you want me to suck on you and turn you into a vampire?
Listen, doctor's orders.
Oh, yes, I am a doctor.
Okay, I guess.
Mean, no. I'm not a doctor, but you can call me Dr. Dave.
Should I breathe or not?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you need to make your own decisions, man.
All right, well,
unless you'd like me to turn you into a vampire so you won't die.
I don't know what this guy's got going on down there, but the point of the story is, pimps were originally horsemen, and we broke our women like we broke horses.
Well, that's a tragic story.
No, it's a story of overcoming great adversity.
For the horses or for the men?
The men, obviously, we overcame adversity by breaking other people.
Oh, I see. Well, listen, how long have you been a cowboy, and would you ever choose a different career?
I would never know. I would never choose a different career. I came out of my mother's womb a cowboy.
As we all did.
A cowboy?
No. Go ahead.
Came
We all came out of our mother's womb. That's what I was trying to be like. We're all the same in some ways, you know?
All right.
But not a cowboy. That was just you.
That was just me.
You came out of your mother's womb a cowboy. Go ahead.
Thank you. I came out of my mother's womb a dang cowboy. Already had spats on.
Oh, that's got to be rough for her. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, it was well done leather. You know, this thing had been beaten and polished to within an inch of its life. And, it was nice and smooth on her.
Okay.
I did also have spurs.
Yeah.
That part was probably rough.
That was probably rough.
I mean, I tried to keep them together, like pointed inward when I was coming out. But I was a baby. I was a little confused at the time.
I don't think babies are confused more than they don't know anything.
Well, were you a smart baby? I was kind of confused at the time.
Well, but confusion comes with like a little bit of knowledge, right? Confusion is like that thing where it's like...
I knew I was a cowboy.
Okay. No, that's fair. I take it back. You were probably a little bit confused. Listen, for all the babies out there, you don't know shit. All right? Are you not smart?
I've always said babies are the stupidest people in the world.
That's how you and I agree on that.
Babies are absolute ignorant.
About to ask any baby, it doesn't know the right answer to anything.
That's true. You want to get a baby on the phone?
I'd love to. I got a baby.
I don't actually have a phone. Josh, you mind if I use yours? Thank you. All right, here we go. Beep, beep, boop, beep, bop, beep, ba-doodle loop. Bring, 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 bring. Oh, baby. Hey, do you mind if I ask you a question?
Yeah.
All right. What is 2 times 1?
I don't know the answer to that.
You are dumb as shit. Oh, now you're gonna cry.
Yeah.
I also got to say, babies are just the worst whiners. Thank you, Josh.
Fuck you.
See what I mean?
No, you're totally right. That guy was a dickhead.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. He's just
a total piece of shit, dude.
Oh, well, I mean, he shits his pants. I wouldn't call him a piece of shit. He's just very ignorant.
You're right. I'm sorry. I was trying to be cool. You're a really cool guy. You're a really cool guy. I like Cowboys. You know that?
Are you a fan of Cowboys?
I'm a big fan of Cowboys. When I was younger, I always saw horses and how the way that men rode them, and I was like, that'll be me one day, and then it never was.
Well, why not? Why can't you start now?
Well, because horses are scared of me. I've found that a lot of animals don't like vampires, and I didn't know that I was a vampire because I was just smoking in a cave full of bats, and then I smoked the bats out, and one of them turned me into this. So I'm kind of cursed with this, I live forever, but I will also never be a cowboy. It's kind of sad, It makes me cry.
Why don't you try biting the neck of a horse, turning that son bitch into a vampire horse?
Oh.
Then maybe you can ride it.
Do you think he'll forgive me?
I mean, he's got eternity to live and contemplate that.
Okay. Well, sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional. I've never thought about that I'd be able to ride a horse ever. Okay. Do you have a horse on you?
Do I have a horse? Well,
we could call a horse.
I've got my own horse, but you're not going to go anywhere near that one. That's my horse.
No, I'd never touch another man's horse.
Never touch another man's horse.
I know the cowboy code, back to front.
All right, what's the last rule?
The last rule is keep it groovy.
No.
Okay, then maybe that's the second to last rule. I forgot. The last rule, of course, of being a cowboy is never take your boots off inside.
Correct.
Yes.
You can take your boots off outside if you're going to be washing your feet in a stream.
Right. Yep.
Never inside.
Because it's too stinky.
Too stinky, and you don't want people falling over when they're walking downstairs.
Right. They're huge. Cowboy boats get bigger and bigger every year. I've been saying this for years.
Especially in Texas.
Especially in Texas. Do you want to call a horse, maybe? See if it's interesting?
Yeah, let's call. Josh, do you mind if I use your phone again?
Here, hold on. I want to be the one to talk to them. Do you mind if I call them? I just
feel that's fine. I just want to dial it for you. Because I happen to know a horse that's single.
Oh, right. Go ahead.
Beep, bop, boop, beep, bop, ba-doot, doot, dop.
Single horses.
Bring.
Oh, hello there, pretty one. No, don't walk away. Come back. It's a cell phone. You took it with you. Okay.
No, I think he was counting with his foot on the ground. I think that's what that was.
Why were you counting, horse? I do not understand you, but you sound beautiful. Are you interested in living forever? Well, have you heard the good news? Jesus Christ is risen. I'm sorry, I got nervous. I got really nervous.
Why did you start trying to proselytize to the horse?
When I get nervous, I turn into an evangelist.
That's weird, though, because you're a vampire. I feel like you should be kind of anti.
I'm very anti-Christ.
Yeah.
In all words of the word, and a sense of the, sorry, I got very nervous talking to a horse. Usually they're very scared of me, and I've never had the opportunity to talk to one on the phone. So I turn into an evangelist when I get nervous.
You want to try again?
Okay.
All right, this time, so he doesn't know it's the same person, put on a voice.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know how to sound like anybody else. I can sound like that guy in the first act.
Try that. All right, here.
Oh, this hurts my voice. Maybe I'll do this one.
Beep, bop, boop, beep, bop, ba-doot, doot.
Donkey Dave.
Bring.
You can call me
bring.
Dr. Dave.
Bring.
Hello. Have you, hi. Have you, do you want to be a vampire? I don't know how to speak horse.
I think that was kind of like, well, I'm listening.
Oh, can you translate for us? Mr. Horse, would you mind being my horse forever? Oh, that sounded like it was bad.
No, that was good. He's listening.
That was
He's
good.
very interested in what you have to say here.
Okay, you will. I don't.
You speak a little quicker though. Horses lose their attention spans very short.
Much like Gen Z nowadays.
Horses are very like Gen Z and vice versa.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time continuing this voice.
Give up on it if it's really throwing a wrench in the works.
Okay. It's the same guy from before. I'm not really a Christian. No. There's better news than Christ is among us. I got nervous before. I'll be honest. I have not spoken to many horses. They are usually scared of vampires, and I would like to turn. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Maybe you shouldn't have said that you were a vampire. Just lie to him real quick.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, have you Christ, you could live forever in the kingdom of heaven. Fuck. Click.
I don't understand why you keep making this mistake. Just stop talking about Jesus.
I got really nervous again because you told me to lie to a horse, and they are one of the most beautiful creatures on this planet.
I mean, I agree. Obviously, the only creature more beautiful is a cow.
Well, that is where we disagree, but that does not mean we have to be contentious about it.
All right. I mean,
think you're fucking stupid.
And I think you're an ignorant pig.
Well,
and pigs are the ugliest creatures in the world.
That we can, that we can agree on. The pigs are ugly?
And you are one.
Oh, okay.
An ignorant one.
Well, it's fine.
You're comfortable being insulted like that.
Listen, as long as we're keeping it groovy, you know.
It's pretty groovy, and that's the second to last of the cowboy rules.
Is keep it groovy, you know. And so I feel like I'm a good cowboy. I'm nervous around horses, you know. So
but it wasn't around us. It was way off in another state.
But he sounded so pretty. Listen. It's just a fact about me. I'm not trying to change. But
all right.
No. I've got the sickness.
You got the sickness, no.
I'm coming down with it.
Well, why don't you get up so you can get down with the
I'm going to cough, and it's going to be a gnarly one.
All right.
No, I just get nervous around horses, man, and I turn into
all right, we've
evangelist.
established that part. Let's get to a new thing.
Okay.
Or to get to the next stage of that whole deal.
I think it's just it's not gonna happen. I feel like.
All right.
I mean, maybe I just won't turn this horse into a vampire.
All right, let's give up on that idea. That's fine with me.
That's totally fine. I didn't think.
Do you remember you're the interviewer here?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can tell me more about your cows.
All right.
I think they're so beautiful.
I do, man. The spots on these goddamn cows.
You like them for their spots.
The spots are magnificent. It's like a Rorschach test. You can look into each one of them and see anything.
Oh, you see? What sort of things do you see?
I look inside of the cow spot, and I see the wisdom of the universe.
Oh, oh my. Okay, well, that's a lot. That's heavy, dude. Usually it's like, I see onions or something, you know?
Sometimes I look into the spot of a cow. I see another cow.
Whoa, that's pretty deep. Do you see spots on that cow? Like,
the cow that's inside the spot of that cow,
spots.
I will then see a spot on that cow too. Yeah.
You ever get lost in like how many layers deep you are in?
Did you ever watch Lost? Stupid as shit show, man. I tell you what.
How they get the polar bear on an island?
Was there a polar bear at one point? I stopped watching after the first episode.
Okay, I think it was episode 2.
Yeah, I really gave up kind of quick on that one.
I liked the dude that was doing heroin the whole time.
Was there such a guy?
Yeah, I was doing heroin on there. For some reason there was a stash of heroin on this island, either that was on the plan or that was already on the island, and he kept sneaking away to go rub it on his gums.
What a dumb plot device.
Hey, listen, I was like, that guy gets it.
Oh, are you a big heroin user as well?
No, I'm not a heroin user. I just think it's good for you.
So why don't you do it? Especially for a vampire who can't die.
Oh, I think that's why what happens is it has to circulate through your blood, and it doesn't. I don't have any blood.
I was having a conversation with my cow.
Oh, yeah.
Just the other day, and we were discussing as to why vampires are able to get erections and have sex with other people if they don't have blood flow. And I think we decided that that vampires just have magic shit going around their veins, vampire shit. And so I think you'd be able to use heroin if you can get an erection. Can you get an erection?
Well, I have two clarifications to make before I answer that question.
All right.
Because there is an answer, and I will be telling you.
All right.
Question number one. You say magic shit. Are you using shit in the term of like a general thing, or are you saying there's literal magic shit in their blood, in their vein, like poop?
I don't. Hearing you say poop, it was just amusing to me.
You said it twice, and I was worried you meant poop.
I don't know. The thing is, I'm not a vampire.
Okay.
Well, and I am no vampire doctor. So I don't know. It could be shit. I don't assume it is. Well, it's just something I don't know.
Well, I will tell you, there is something magical in our veins. However, it does not circulate. So, the real truth and what happens is, and come in close, dear, I'm always erect.
All right. So the fact is, heroin will work for you then.
No, because my blood does not circulate.
But some vampire shit is, and the vampire shit will take the heroin with it.
No, you misunderstand.
Okay.
There's nothing. There is vampire shit. It's not poopy, but it is shit within me.
Right.
But it does not circulate.
Doesn't go anywhere.
It sits still.
What I'm saying is, whatever's making that penis of yours go tip-top erect, that's what's going to carry around the heroin.
It's rigor mortis.
So you died with a big old stiffy in your pants.
I died with a big old stiffy in my pants.
Did you die having sex?
Well, I died in this cave when I smoked it out and I ran out of oxygen. And I think it was sort of an autoerotic asphyxiation type moment. Something I discovered about myself at the moment of death.
All right. So first of all, as far as I know from vampire lore,
yes.
I think to become a vampire, you have to die while drinking the blood of the vampire what bit you.
Correct.
So you were jerking off as you were dying and bleeding to death.
If you're dying, what's the last thing you're going to want to do? Just fucking come, bro.
It would be the last thing I'd want to do.
Yeah. So.
In a figurative sense or literally the last thing?
Maybe the second to last thing. I think the last thing I'd want to do is probably curse my enemies on the way out. Yeah.
Did you curse your enemies?
Damn right. Oh, holy shit.
Who the hell is this?
I'm pretty sure Emperor Palpatine's still dying on the floor, and that may have been...
Emperor Palpatine, isn't he from the galaxy far, far away or some shit like that?
From the Star Wars movies, yeah. He's on the podcast.
He is. Well, shit, good to meet you, Emperor Palpy.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, there you go. Give me 5 good ones.
That's right. I'm dying, by the way. Feel bad for me.
Oh, damn, I do feel bad for you. You want to come back as a vampire? I know a guy right here. I like to help out people. That's my whole thing.
Is that your whole thing?
I think so. I mean, what else would it be? I love cows.
Oh, wait, that's their whole thing?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, my God. How many people do you help every day?
I mean, I help a lot of people eat because I rustle cattle.
Okay, you do your job.
I do my job. It helps feed people.
Oh, that's helping people.
I mean, what? It would be worse off. The world would be worse off if I weren't doing that.
Well, I don't know. What about, you ever worry about the methamphetamine in the air? No, what's that called? Methamphetamine. The shit that they fart out, it's bad.
Methane?
Methane gas. Yeah, you're talking about cow flatulence. My cows,
I know.
When they're in my custody, they don't fart. I told you, I live on the left end of the spectrum, the political spectrum.
Right.
And
so do I.
I don't like the greenhouse gases. So when they get in my custody, I plug their butts up with cork.
Okay. Yeah, I approve.
And clay.
Oh.
So there's no farting on my watch.
I see. Do they inflate ever, or do you
Yeah, they'll gradually start to inflate, but that's really good for the meat.
Oh, I see. It kind of puts some bubbles into it. My hair is falling out. I worry about this.
Put that heroin
No, listen, you don't understand. I don't have the blood. My blood doesn't travel around. I couldn't even do heroin if I wanted to.
All right, it was just kind of a silly pun.
It was a fun pun. I tried to play along there. Oh well, I mean, listen, I'm remembering because I'm an avid listener of this podcast that last time you were on, you brought your lovely cow Bessie along with you. Where is Bessie out today?
Oh, she's hanging out back in the front of the building over here.
Oh, is that right?
I trust her not to go flirting with anybody as they walk by, because she is probably the most beautiful cow in the world.
Well, I think there's a gentleman, he may have been sitting in this chair. He's looking for love, you know. I mean, I know you don't want her flirting with these other people, but what if you were to set it up? What if you were to find your cow a man?
Well, you're sitting on him right now. Do you feel anything poking you in the back?
Oh, no. I think he's long dead.
All right, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Oh, you're worried about his
ability to consummate any kind of relationship with a cow.
Oh, well, I kind of assumed that she would just like lay on top of him, and that was what love was like for cows.
No.
What's love like for cows then?
It's beautiful, man.
It's pretty.
I've written poetry about it.
Can I hear a poem?
No,
What, are you scared?
Yeah, man. My poetry is a hugely personal thing.
Well, I got all nervous.
Like maybe I would, if Roberto were asking me, I think maybe I'd tell him.
Oh, why is that?
Because I know him better.
Well, but he and I are great friends.
Yeah, but that friendship doesn't transfer over to me.
Well, yeah, but I feel like I know everything about you.
You feel that way, but I don't. You know what I mean?
How can we get closer?
I think I need to just have one more segment with you. I think I'm going to have to abstain for now.
I understand. I mean, I became an evangelist in front of you, and that's probably the lowest I've ever been. So I'm just saying, I've been at my lowest in front of you, and I feel better now. But if you want, you take your time with it.
I'm going to take my time.
Take your time. I don't want to pressure anybody.
Maybe you and I should go and play some bocce after this.
I'm a big fan of bocce ball.
I've never played in my life, but I've been hearing about it. It's big in the South now.
When I was a young boy, I accidentally swallowed the little ball that you're supposed to throw down the field. I thought it was a hard-boiled egg.
Wait, somebody I know swallowed a bocce ball. I feel like...
Is that true?
I think so. I think...
Oh, wow. The world is a tiny place. A lot of people swallowing... Maybe that's something they should change about the game, is stop making that ball look so delicious.
Hello, gentlemen. I've been aroused from my nap.
Oh, hello.
And I've decided that it looks like these numbers are too high on this device right here.
Christ almighty.
I think it may be time to end the podcast. So, what do we say?
No,
yes, I know, very disappointing, but
so ain't going so good.
I have a piece of paper right here that says that if you are so interested, you may find us on Instagram.
Oh, I know this one.
You can find us on Instagram and Threads at Welcome to Earth _podcast.
Oh, I knew that one.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize
That's the one that I knew.
Well, what's YouTube? Because you can also find us on YouTube and TikTok.
I don't know those ones.
It's the same one. That's the secret.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, wow. Oh, what was it?
It's Welcome to Earth.
What was it?
_podcast.
Oh, that's crazy. I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, and on a personal note, if Zach ever does wake up, you can find his personal account on Threads, Jackery Pumpkin. You can also find he streams on Twitch. You can find him on Twitch and Twitter at the same handle, /RaidTV.
Oh.
So, that's it. You can find me in the ocean, of course.
Yes, the ocean of all places.
Yeah, well, I am Aquaman.
You are Aquaman. You are not Birdman.
And I will not be found in the sky.
Oh, you can find Roberto.
I'm holding up the paper for him to read.
Yeah, you can just find him around, I guess.
I'll put it closer to your face so you can see better.
Well, I think I'm nearsighted. That's crazy. Wow. It's Roberto Raid Comedy on Instagram.
There we go.
Yeah, and Oh, what else is there? Is that it?
That may be it. Josh, is there any way we can find you?
Never.
All right, let's end the podcast there. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time on this show.
I was the last one to speak.
It was me. I spoke last.
Damn it, I'm dying. Why won't you let me have this?
All right, fine. Say your last words.
I curse thee!
No.
I curse thee into oblivion! Curse Aquaman! Curse him!
You heard the good word of Jesus H. Christ?
I need to come before I go.